In his new book, At Your Best, pastor and author Carey Nieuwhof tells this story of his son, who's a freshman in high school. It says to him one night, "Dad, why can't you be like normal dads?" Nieuwhof writes, "It's always a question you really want to hear from your son." And so he responds, "Well, what do you mean by normal dads?" And his son said, normal dads are just around. They're not working all the time. They just hang out. They have time. Reflecting on that the next day, Nieuwhof decided that he would cancel all of his evening meetings for the next month. He decided that he would be around. And so the next night, as they're finishing up dinner, he asks his son, he says, "What do you want to do tonight?" "I'm around." To which his son responded, "Nothing, Dad. I'm going out with friends tonight." Nieuwhof concluded, "You know what I learned in that moment? Being around is no guarantee that anything relationally significant will happen. But not being around is an absolute guarantee that nothing relationally significant will happen." There's this story in the Gospel of Luke that you may have heard before, where Jesus walks up to these fishermen who've been out all night long fishing, and they're there cleaning their nets and their equipment after a long night of catching nothing. And he asks this fisherman, Simon, to stop what he's doing, to allow him into his boat, to push back off from the shore, and to row out onto the lake, so that Jesus could teach the people that were gathering in crowds along the shore. Simon says yes. He's obedient. And after Jesus finishes teaching, he tells Simon to put down his nets into the deep water. And after having caught nothing all night long, Simon does this, and they haul in this huge amount of fish. And finally, Jesus calls Simon to follow him, and Simon does. Simon goes on to become Peter, that we know, the leader of the disciples, and later the leader of the church in Jerusalem. He lives into God's purposes for him. But what if Simon had refused the initial request? What if he had made himself unavailable? It would have been reasonable, right? They had already been out all night fishing. They'd caught nothing. They were already cleaning up their gear. They're wrapping up. They're probably ready to be home, to be in bed. So what if Simon had simply said no? The life of Christian discipleship, it's not an easy one. It's a life of being obedient to Jesus Christ. It's a life of saying yes to the things that we may not feel like doing. And saying yes to weekly worship, or to spending time daily in Scripture, to giving of ourselves to others, putting others first, it is no guarantee that something profound is going to happen on any given day or in any given week. But here's the one thing, is that not saying yes, not engaging with our faith, not seeking out who God is and what God is doing, is an absolute guarantee that we'll miss out. So friends, don't miss out what God is seeking to do in and through you. But be safe, be well, and we'll see you in worship on Sunday.